guys, it is Insights on AllNews Nigeria TV, and as always, I'm your host, Praise Ganiyu. Yes, thank you for joining me on another beautiful episode of Insight. And if you're just joining me for the very first time, Insight is where I talk about any trending issue from any sector. And yes, there is an issue that has been trending for the past 1 week, which is the incumbent governor of Edo State, Godwin Obaseki. Last week, he was disqualified from the APC primary election, and rumor has it that he has, issues with the chairman of APC party, who is also his godfather. But guys, that's what we are going to be talking about today. And as always, I'm not alone in the studio. I have with me Barrister Sam. Barrister Sam, thank you for joining me.
It's my pleasure to be here.
How are you doing today, sir?
I'm very fine.
All right, so we have this Obaseki issue. He was disqualified from the APC primary election. And we have rumors that it's because he has issues with his godfather, who is also the chairman of APC party. So, and it can also be recalled back in 2015, if I'm right, that 2016, that Oshiomole was the one, Oshiomole was the one that brought Obaseki and introduced him to the people of Edo State. So, what do you have to say about how true is it? How true is this rumor that he's having issue with his godfather, and it is not really about the certificate?
Of course, it's no longer a rumor. It's a fact that the Edo State governor and his erstwhile godfather, Oshiomole, are not in good terms. They have been attacking each other on the media recently. In fact, on several times, Obaseki has come out and lampooned his immediate predecessor, talking a lot about him. Oshiomole himself too have done same. But I think it's not just for any altruistic reasons. The major reason is because of they are trying to have who is going to control the resources of Edo State. That's just basically it.
All right. So it was reported that he was disqualified because he does not have a certificate.
I think that's just what they want to use and to move him. But the truth is that Obaseki had a certificate. University of Ibadan, where he graduated from, has come out openly and said he graduated from them in 1976, and they showed his certificate. They gave him a certificate. Original copy was sent to the APC screening committee for citing, but they were trying to use some nuances like Obaseki and the I not in his name, so they held on to it as a major source. But behind all that is just politics.
Okay, so yesterday the governor left. He resigned from APC party, and he has not decided which party he's actually going into. So between, he has resigned, and we don't know which party he's going to, and we don't know what the people of Edo State, maybe the people of Edo State will actually like Obaseki to be in power for the second time. So what do you think will laugh last between Oshiomole or Obaseki?
Well, it's too early to say who will laugh last, in the sense that in Nigerian politics today, after the election has been held, they have to do all the litigation matters, and the courts will have to decide. So apart from INEC coming out and saying this is the winner, all the litigation that is going to go from the governorship tribunal to the court of appeal, then to the Supreme Court will eventually decide. We have the case of Imo State, where the governor came fourth and the person who came first, but the Supreme Court decided that the person who came fourth is actually the winner. The one of Bayelsa State that recently happened is actually laughable. The man was already preparing to be sworn in. In fact, the eve of his inauguration, the Supreme Court decided he's not the lawful winner of the election, and the vote went to the current governor right now. So now it will be too early to judge. But of course, the governor will not want to chicken out. He will not want to take the Ambole route, wherein he bowed out to the powers that be. I think he's someone who is also a fighter, who has made his intention known that he's going to fight, and he's going to make sure that he comes out on top. So, but for now, let's watch. Okay,
so as we said earlier, he has resigned from the APC. So looking at the relationship he had with Oshiomole, and looking at the chances of him winning this coming election. So did you actually see him resigning from APC?
Of course. The governor is someone that would not, like I said earlier, he doesn't want to chicken out. He feels that he has the confidence of his people. Recently on Vanguard, he was saying that all the traditional media, the news media, online media, the people in our diaspora, all of them are calling for him and clamoring for him, and that he believes that he has performed incredibly well and is not going to lose out. So, of course, he will look for another party. The PDP is there. He has recently gone to meet some of the party stalwarts when he met Nyesom Wike, the governor of Rivers State, Emmanuel Udom, the governor of Akwa Ibom State, and after then, I think the party hierarchy of PDP are trying to cut him and say, please come to our party and we can give you the ticket.
All Alright, so we have other parties like PDP and SDP. So Obaseki has not decided which party is going into.
I think he's trying to test the waters with one leg. He doesn't want to test the water with two legs. So he's trying to check which party he's going to join. In my own opinion, the PDP has a lot of structure in those states. They have grassroots support, they have political base. So PDP will be the best chance for him, depending on if the powers that be, if the party hierarchy can promise him that they are going to give him automatic tickets, or if he's so sure that he's going to win. But if he's not sure, he will look for a lesser party like SDP and others to go to. But the best bet is PDP because of the grassroots structure they have. Alright
guys, we still have a lot to say on the Obaseki issue, but we'll be going on a very short break. This stay with us, we'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. It is still Insights on AllNews Nigeria TV, and I still remain your host, Praise Ganiyu. And yes, we still have Barrister Sam in the house, and we have been talking about the Obaseki issue, and we are still going to be talking about this issue. Barrister Sam, thank you for staying with us.
You're welcome.
All right, so to the next question, how do you think Obaseki's emergence will actually change the permutation in PDP?
Okay, it's still under the realms of speculation, but if he eventually decides to go to PDP, of course, there are people who have been working on the ground. There are people who have been there. If he decides to move over to PDP, it's not going to be a cake in the pie. They are going to have issues. And of course, politics is all about give and take. There will be concession. The PDP leaders will ask to make some demands, and which is expected if he really wants the ticket, he's going to fulfill and respond to such demands. But it's something that overall, they will give him the ticket. But like I said, the concession, what is he going to give out, what is he not going to give out? In the event that he wins, there are some commissioners that the PDP will definitely wants to be in his cabinet. So these are concessions he's going to make, and which is expected.
So the chances of him getting the ticket is very high?
Yes, it's high. Obaseki is popular in Edo State. He has the power of incumbency, he's the governor. He has also like in Nigeria context, though, which is wrong. He also has the state resources at his disposal, though that is a very wrong thing. And of course, he has the goodwill of Edo people.
Alright, so if he does win this ticket, how is he going to undo his deputy Shuaibu? Because PDP wouldn't want to give 2 tickets to people coming from APC because they have aspirants already on ground. Of course,
irrespective of that, it's also boiled down to our political system has not matured to the extent where you want to give everything to one particular people. Shuaibu is from a different area from the governor. So of course, they want that geographical spread to go to. I think it's from Eshan land, and the governor is from Edo State, is from Benin City. So they want a state where somebody from Eshan will come out, and you have to leave Obaseki out, Shuaibu out.
Wow. So you think if he actually gets the ticket, Shuaibu might not?
Of course, they can give him later in the event that he wins. Chief of staff, which is also good for him. They might decide which political position to give to him.
Alright. So just I think last night, they have suspended the chairman of APC party, Adams Oshiomole, maybe because of the issue that is going on around and the rumors that is going on and the facts that you said is going on around. So how do you think this will affect the APC primary election?
Of course, if Adams Oshiomole is suspended, the new APC chairman can decide to suspend the screenings, the whole screening, the whole cabaret that happened in Edo State. So if that happens, of course, if Obaseki has resigned, he can't go back unless there will be chances for him to say, okay, my resignation was done in bad faith, I want to come back. But then the new national chairman can decide to hold a second screening committee where they will decide. It's going to affect the chances of Izeyamu, who we all know is the preferred choice of Adams Oshiomole.
All right, so we know that I think he's suspended now. So Adams Oshiomole and Tinubu, they have this, they're like, 5 and 6. And we have Tinubu's wanting to go for president in 2023. And if Ajimobi is now the acting chairman, how would you think to affect Tinubu's chance?
Of course, the former Lagos State governor is a skillful politician. Ajimobi is also from Southwest, so it's possible that he might cut him too, and he has a bottomless boulevard of money where he can always decide what he wants to do. But nevertheless, it's not something that is going to affect definitely for sure, because Tinubu is the first to reckon in Southwest Nigeria, and it depends on if the president gives him his backing, if the Northern Nigeria will support him. But then again, the suspension of Oshiomole was done at the appeal court. they will definitely appeal to the Supreme Court. So it will be too early to predict what will happen or not until the Supreme Court gives its final decision. So the Court of Appeal is not the final arbiter on it. So they are going to go to the Supreme Court and decide. It is after them they will now know which step to take on.
Now, this issue, we started with saying that Oshiomole is the godfather of Obaseki, and we can actually recall in 2016, whereby it was Oshiomole that brought Obaseki to the people and all of that. And there were even rumors that he was actually not qualified to run for governorship during that time, though he's doing well, or he did well. So what will you say about godfatherism in politics? Because this is not the first issue. We have Tinubu and Ambode issue. So what is it about godfatherism in politics?
Godfatherism is one of the bane of Nigerian politics. Until godfatherism will be killed off initially, it will be difficult for Nigerians to grow. I make bold to say that godfatherism is like cancer, and Nigerians must look for a chemotherapy to cure the cancer. Except that is done, it will be difficult. Because of the evil effect of godfatherism cannot be quantified. It's a situation where a money bag will sponsor a governor. Of course, he's doing like a business. He wants to invest, and every businessman wants a return on his investment, which doesn't work. It doesn't just start with that of Oshiomole and Obaseki, or the case of Tinubu and Ambode. In 1999, the former governor of Anambra State, Chinwoke Mbadinuju, was sponsored by a man called Emeka Ofor, and for a period of 4 years, the governorship in Anambra State was bad. Schools were not, teachers were not paid for particular 1 year. Schools were not working. Things where the health sector was dead. Until the second one again came when the new governor, Chris Gige, the then new governor in 2003, wanted to start working. His also godfather had to kidnap him and made him sign a letter of resignation. All these things are the evil effect of godfatherism, and godfatherism must be killed. They are not doing it because they like the people. They are not doing it for altruistic purpose. They are doing it because they really want the money, and that is an investment. And governance is not about investment. Governance is about service to the people.
All right. So we have these people, voters are always like, our votes don't count even if we vote. And this is kind of true, because if we have a godfather that is bringing some like a participant or bringing an aspirant to come and go for election, because they have this sure that they're sure that he's going to win the election. Understand? Is it that votes don't actually count?
It would be wrong to say votes don't count. For instance, in Oyo State, the governor had to do some Makinde. Makinde had to do something, fought the godfathers in Oyo State. Adams Oshiomole, before he came in, the State was also run by godfatherism. He was the one who said he wants to kill godfatherism. So people are kind of surprised. You talked about godfatherism, you fought against godfatherism, but all this, you turn around your back and want to go back on your principle. You want to say no, you want to fight against that which you fought. You are supporting that which you fought, which is wrong. So godfatherism must be fought, and until people realize that, they stop being docile. They start to take that our votes, we must vote, and our vote must count. You understand? Voting during the last election, I had to vote and make sure that my vote was counted before I returned home. So, but when we start having this mentality that our vote will not count, that is where politicians use that opportunity to take advantage of it. So
if the people of Edo State actually want Obaseki back, then the fate of Obaseki is in the hands of the people. Of course,
of course. The only difference is that in Nigeria, party has a lot to do. Party, because of the spread from grassroots structure, each party, like the PDP and the APC, they have a lot of grassroots structures, unlike other parties. So any new party that is going to come on, you must have to go to the people and tell them, see, come to our party, come and join us. From here we can be something strong. So that is why it is difficult. But once you are in PDP or APC, they already have a structure and ground, a grassroots structure. That is why it's difficult to put them. For anybody to pick up, in 2003, I think PDP used the platform of ABGA, and he went through the grassroots. That was why he was able to put the major political parties there. So the best way for people to do is that, or any party to do is that, you have to go back to the people and tell them, this is my manifesto, this is what I want to do.
So the fate of the aspirant is still in the hands of the people?
Yes, it's still in the hands of the people.
All right. Thank you so much, Barrister Sam, for joining us.
You're welcome.
So what do you have to say maybe to Edo people? And
I think they have a common desire. They have done it before in 2003. They fought godfatherism, where the former governor in Benedium, they not allow his stood, who happens to be Zeyamuna. They fought it before. They can also fight it again and say no to godfatherism. Know that our state, the resources of our state belongs to the people, and we are going to decide, not one politician in Abuja or not one politician in the government house. The people must decide as against the party. In that way, they can grow.
Thank you so much, Barrister Sam. Alright guys, you've heard it all. The fate of the state is in your hands and your votes actually do count. And yes, say no to Godfatherism in any state. Thank you for joining me on another beautiful episode of Insight on AllNews Nigeria TV. And I still remain your host, Praise Gani. Do want to join me next week and for another beautiful episode. And don't forget to like this video, drop comments, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. See you next time.